Modded. Right, g'day guys, Andy Work here, back for movie number 9. As usual, deadline's the 13th of the month. And first up we've got Papa Bludgeon. I love that name, that's really cool. Tell me about what you did in the war, Papa Bludgeon. Anyway, he's got a model of what he says is Jack's knife weapon from the Man with the Iron Fist. I must say I've never heard of it, but anyway, the blade is made from EVO foam with a wood grip. It also features a 3D printed Mika skeleton key and a Nerf disc launcher. Ah, there is some Nerf in there somewhere. Additionally, the blade, guard and base are 3D printed as well. The grip contains a motor that spins the blade, but it doesn't work as well as I'm like. I'm working on a new version that will mostly 3D printed. I wonder if he means... Oh, I see. So the blade completely spins around along its long axis. I see. And that would explain why the grip is squared off, because he's got to have room to put in the motor and accesses and so forth and so on. Well, pretty impressive stuff. Well done, mate. Right, next up we have somebody who goes by Colour Punk, another great name. And this image I saw on Facebook, so I contacted him and he sent me some details. It's a gel blaster, which he calls accounts payable, being converted to fire short darts, he says. I'm assuming he means small half darts. It has a custom light-up barrel and 3D printed scope and parts. The tiny blaster is an Adventure Force Hypershot with weathering and shell removed. The case carries both blasters with lights and a remote control. That's pretty impressive. Yes, the main blaster is called Accounts Payable, and the tiny one is called the Pig Pyro Ignition Gun. And what looks like, you can see in the photo, there's a battery case inside the lid. There's also a fan and even what looks like the pump grip off a deploy, amongst other things. And that little tube just under the fore end, which I assume is some sort of improved grip, front grip, it does hark back a little bit to the alien weapons from District 9, doesn't it? Those little tubes and canisters all over the place. Pretty impressive little thing. Well done, mate. Righty-dighty, next up is one of my favourite guns from science fiction, the Smart Gun. This one's by Daniel P. Now, as you see look at the photos here, you'll see it's a bit rough, but the thing is, it's not a cosmetic thing to hang on the wall. It's a gun to go out and have a lot of fun with. He says he's made from PVC pipe, EVA foam, cardboard, bike parts, Raptor Strike pusher, first order Stormtrooper blaster magwell, DZP Mark III flywheels, cage and motors, Bluetooth camera, USB power supply, USB fan, Hero battery holder, D-ring bungee cords, LiPo batteries and recycled 3D printed flywheels. The only indication that it's not a real gun is the orange tip on the barrel, and when it's loaded with magazines, the camera syncs to my phone and is mounted on my chest with the screen pointing at my face so I can see the blaster's point of view. He's built it for an indoor war he's going to be running around with soon, and it says Aloha on the back because the character he's playing is of Hawaiian descent. Well, there you go. Now, that's the way to make a gun for fun. Not like me spending months on this thing, making it a work of art that I'm just going to hang on the wall. This is for going out and having a lot of fun with, and I really like the look of it. It's rough and ready, but it does the job. That's all that really matters. And the fact that he's gone so far as to put a camera on it and have it sync to his phone, I mean, I have barely trouble making a phone call on mine, so I don't know how he did that at all. But well done. It looks great. I love it. I think it's really nice. Right, next up is a job lot from Edward W. of long strikes. We've got the blue and orange one with a Nerf barrel and a Nerf red dot, a 3D printed Mando forks. The scope is a vintage camera from a flea market find. Some cyberpunk stickers and added coil wire connecting the red dot to the camera scope. The pink one is a cyberpunk inspired piece, again with a Nerf barrel, then added a 3D printed barrel flash suppressor, which looks quite nice actually, very Barrett 50 cal like, and a Nerf scope, and of course the obligatory bipod. Now he says the white one was modified with a long strike CS6 barrel that's been cut down in a 3D printed flash suppressor. I'm wondering if it means a long shot fore-end barrel, because that's what it certainly looks like to me. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is. It looks great the way it's been done. It's very, very effective. And I really like the camouflage on it, this sort of urban winter grey-white sort of thing. Very nicely done. And then he's got this, which is a Nerf Red Trigger into a Mario Bowser blaster. Just an exterior mod, he says. It's barrel from a Nerf Fortnite TDG Tommy gun, then 3D printed, so the Mario stuff, the bullet bill, bomb bob and chain chomp. Then the Bowser logo, face and spikes. Now, I got to say that I really didn't understand most of that, but it seems to fit the theme he's gone for. You can definitely imagine it in a Mario Brothers movie, if that's what he's talking about. I really, really don't know, and I'm going to stop here before I get myself in some more trouble. Next up, we have one from Gary Ashby, and this is just, to use one of Captain Xavier's phrases, gorgeous. It's a beautiful little build. It's called the Chimera II. It has parts from 6 different blasters. Now, I've been looking for the 6 blasters, and I can only find 3. There's a crossbolt fore-end, the body's an ECS-10, and the rear butt is a heavily modified Retaliator stock. Oh, I just spotted another part of a blaster right up the front. Those 2 white discs, that's cut off the long shot stock and mounted horizontally. Impressive. But, you know, he's used basically the entire centre section of the ECS-10, so he's kept all that intact and clean and tidy, and he must have used a heap of body filler to fill up all those holes all over the thing. Because if you've ever worked on one, there's stuff everywhere you've got to deal with. It has dual cage with Valkyrie motors and worker accurate wheels. Also has an integrated Nerf chrono barrel and gets about a 150 to 170 feet per second. Really, really well done, Gary. Impressed. More than impressed. It's going on my list of future builds. Following on, this one's just a quick one from Jeremy C. He sent one of these to the last movie, and there's a lot of detail there, so I won't go over that. But this is just a his second Adventure Force Spectrum Raptor Strike integration. He's upgraded the wires and put in a new Terry switch on the rev trigger. This was built for a client who requested a earthy colour scheme, so he did this black and tan, and that's what's really striking about this. Is really gorgeous. The integration is really nice. I understand from what I've been reading online, the Adventure Force Spectrum is the next strife. I hope I don't cause a riot by saying that. Apparently shoots really well straight out of the box. I'm going to have to keep my eyes open and get one or order one online. But it's just, the paint job on this is just so nicely done. And even the orange accents he's left are really, really good. They really suit it. The tone of the orange and the brown just matches so well. Yeah, Jeremy, he's a really good builder and very, very fast. I mean, God, he could probably build 10 and it takes time to build 1. Nice work, mate. Nice work. Looking forward to future builds. Next up, we have another regular contributor who I can only assume has gone slightly mad or gone all Buck Rogers on it. This is John T, and he's done a couple of old-fashioned style blasters that still actually function. The red one there is a old Nerf Mega Hot Shock that he was doing his own take on the Fallout 4 Nuka-Cola blaster. Again, something I've never heard of. It has basic springer upgrades, AR removal and spring upgrade, CVC pipe barrel. A lot of sculpting and sanding involved in this one. No, really, John? I never would have guessed. But just to prove it, he's included a before and after photo. The second one is a Night Finder made to look like a blaster from an old Looney Tunes cartoon. It also has the typical Springer upgrades. Yeah, and that actually struck a chord with me. I remember, what was it, Daffy Duck and Marvin the Martian? Daffy's disintegrating blaster. When it disintegrates, it disintegrates. Yes, some of my favourite cartoons. But yeah, these are really cool. And the fact that they still fire darts is pretty amazing. The red one especially looks like it wouldn't, but yeah. Yeah, very, very nice. We really wacko and out there. I think, what would they be termed? Jank? I'm not sure. But really good, John. Really good. Modding Wizard is next, and he really hasn't supplied me with much information except a link to a video which I'll put below, and that's got all the details you could want to know about this. He's done Springer upgrades and scar barrels and brass barrels internal and all sorts of stuff. A lot of it I don't understand because I'm not much into springers. For the looks of it, it's really, really nice. Yeah, I even like the way in the video he changes the buttstock for something a little bit better, gives him a better eye line for sighting. Yeah, it's a very nice blaster. I'll have to get one of these one day. I believe the original is a matte dart zone striker that's been really heavily modified, and the paintwork as well. He's done a pretty good job on the paintwork too. Looks very, very nice. But yeah, follow the link below and he'll tell you all about it. Now, I've only been doing all this Nerf stuff for the last 5 or 6 years. And this one really surprised me when I saw it. From Chimera II, he says he found a 1995 Manta Ray in a thrift store with a broken wing. So I fixed it using clear resin as glue and drizzled some more resin on it to make it look it just came out of the water. Now, I was so intrigued by this, I looked up on the Nerf Wiki, and this is what the Nerf Wiki says about it. As the name suggests, the Manta Ray is shaped like a manta ray to keep in theme with the Max Force blasters. It is quite unusual in that the size and shape of the blaster allows it to be used as a shield to block incoming dart fire. Wonder how that would work in HV these days. It has 2 separate barrels that fire from the blaster's single trigger. The barrels are angled, allowing the fired darts to converge at the desired target. I assume the target is good enough to stand at the desired distance. Each set features its own priming mechanism, which is pulled forward rather than backwards. So there's a quirky little thing. And the final one for today's movie is from Roland D. It is a backloading 10-shot inline dart clip blaster, except the paint. The inline clip system adding a dart holder, no external or internal modifications were done. So, modifications were done, okay. It's a modified Vigilante shotgun. He calls it the CQSS, Martian Marine Corps Close Quarters Security Shotgun. He imagined it to be used in the Expanse universe, which is quite a good show. I recommend watching it. I'm personally waiting for the 3rd season myself. There's a couple of links I'll put down below to firing videos, but he's just done some basic mods. He said he says he hasn't done many mods, but he's put an inline clip in and a dart holder and given it a good paint job. But he had a lot of problems with the seals here, the homemade seals he had in the O-rings, and just had to really work it out. And other than that, it's really a pretty looking little thing. I think this is one of those X-shot blasters, I'm not sure. Somebody will undoubtedly correct me. But it's very nice. I really like the paint job. It's really well done. Nice and clean and neat. The white is especially nice on it, the way he's weathered that. Well done, Roland. Very, very pretty little blaster. And now on with the sideshow.
Shut up and sit down.